It is really staggering how much Star Wars has fallen off from what it once was. You think that you'd seen the worst, but you haven't. I was thinking about this other exercise we used to do that was a little bit more intense, and it really helps free up your improvisational skills in the moment, where you're present in the moment. And here's the exercise. Okay, so they would say, all right, Paulie, you're going to walk on stage and you're going to leave the stage, but you cannot walk on the stage without saying this line. Let's make this up. I love hamburgers. Okay, that's your entrance line. Then you're going to exit, and your exit line is, the force is strong with this one. That's your entrance, and that's your exit. That's your first line, that's your last line. And in between, here's your goal. You have to convince the Jedi that you are one of them. And scene. So you'd walk in, and you'd say, you couldn't say that first line until it kind of made sense, but that first line was, I like hamburgers. And it's an exercise, right? It's supposed to free you up. It's a great exercise to really free you up as an actor. So when you actually have the lines and you have a script, then you're much more open and fluid to being in that role. Well, the Acolyte is very much like that exercise, but they didn't tell the filmmakers, they didn't tell the cameramen, they didn't tell the lighting, they didn't tell the supportive cast and crew that they were filming the rehearsal, because that's what we got. I literally could not make sense of one line to the next, one action to the next, one agenda to the next, because none of it made sense. Sure, there's this covenant of witches, and you guys know by now they're lesbians, and you guys know by now they're rewriting and gonna mess with Anakin as this forced being. But you know what? That's what they call pipsy caca. It's all pipsy caca. That's what my drama teacher would say. Cut the pipsy caca and get right to it. They had no soul in this. It is soulless. It is absolutely confusing, absolutely jarring that there's even a Star Wars name on this. Let's get back to that exercise, because in that exercise, there's purpose, right? Like I said, it's to free up the actor. Here, like, we don't need a script. We'll just give you a first line and a last line, and we're gonna tape it. We're gonna tape it. And boy, not only did they tape it, but they didn't do a second take. They didn't do a third take. They didn't do a fourth take. And what we got here was just bad, multi-level, deep inside, horrible. And I don't say any of that lightly. That's what I got out of this, guys. I got a Star Wars, a scene of different characters that literally are not talking with each other. They're talking at each other. I got really god awful philosophy that made no sense in one scene, or they said it and they literally do the opposite action, the same character, the next scene. But finally, they didn't earn any of it. None of it's earned. Everything is given in this, and it's just tiring, man. Tiring. There's no magic, there's no joy. The thing that was earned in wonderment was Luke even trying to figure out what Obi-Wan was talking about. But he trusts him, right? He trusts the process. How do I hold this lightsaber? The sage old wise man Obi-Wan taught him step by step. He suffered loss. You know what? There's nothing for me here now. I want to go with you. I want to learn the ways of the Jedi. It's too old, but hey, we need Jedis. They know Jedis at this moment. Later on, we come to find out there's plenty of Jedis. So it is really staggering how much Star Wars has fallen off from what it once was. You think that you'd seen the worst, but you haven't.